Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Harmonious Psychology Solutions Menopause series. This episode is all about sleep and energy. We will discuss how menopause can cause sleep problems and how it can affect your energy levels. We will also offer some solutions to help things in these areas. First of all, just to show you how common sleep problems are in menopause, we're just going to look at some sleep statistics. So before menopause, 12% of women in the UK struggle to sleep. But when we look at women with menopause, this increases to 40% of women. So if we think back to that first episode where we talked about the fact that there are 13 million women going through menopause right now, there are over 5 million women struggling to sleep right now because of their menopause. So this is a really common problem. So let's move on now to how sleep actually changes throughout perimenopause. One reason that a lot of women report causes their sleeplessness is hot flashes. Many people think that when they have a hot flash, this wakes them up, but this isn't actually the case. Women actually wake up before the hot flash occurs, and this is because changes in the brain which make the hot flash happen cause the release of adrenaline. And if you've ever experienced adrenaline, you'll know how awake and alert this makes you feel. So this actually is what causes women to wake up during a hot flash. And the reason we get hot flashes is because estrogen is used by the body to regulate temperature. So when estrogen decreases during menopause, we can overheat due to lack of temperature regulation. Insomnia is another common problem during menopause, and this is defined as struggling to fall asleep or to stay asleep for more than 3 nights a week. And in menopause, this is because progesterone is one of the hormones that helps us sleep. So decreased progesterone means decreased sleep. And this can cause us to struggle to fall asleep until our hormones are balanced again post-menopause. Another common complaint during menopause is restless leg syndrome. And this is an intense feeling of a need to move your legs when you're trying to sleep at night. This is thought to be caused by decreases in dopamine, which is also reduced during menopause. Another reason to look into if you're struggling to sleep could be any other medications you have been prescribed to counteract the symptoms of menopause that you have. So if this is a possibility, please check with your doctor to see if this is a side effect. In more severe cases, some people experience sleep apnea, which is a difficulty breathing while sleeping and can cause a lot of disturbances in sleep and can mean we wake up a lot in the night. This may happen during menopause because estrogen and progesterone maintain the muscles in the airway before menopause. After menopause, due to the decrease in estrogen and progesterone, the muscles are weakened and the airway can collapse. If any of these problems have affected you, take these solutions into consideration and see which one works for you. Have you ever wondered why athletes sleep so well? Well, this is actually because exercising makes you more efficient at sleeping and decreases the amount of time taken to fall asleep. It also increases the amount of deep sleep, which is the most restorative phase of sleep. Doing any kind of exercise during the day, such as walking, running, dancing, or any other physical activity, could really help you to get a better night's sleep. This is because by tiring your body out, you are increasing your need for sleep and reducing the stress in your body, making it easier to fall asleep, and relieving the symptoms of insomnia and sleep apnea. Practicing mindfulness before bed is also really helpful. We still aren't sure how mindfulness works or how it helps sleep, but a study from Harvard in 2020 found that mindfulness meditation classes helped those who had trouble sleeping to get more sleep. It is thought that this is because it calms you down and removes distractions. Another thing to consider is that caffeine, alcohol, and nicotine are not only bad for you, but disrupt the sleep cycle and cause sleep apnea. Try to only drink caffeine in the morning and keep alcohol and nicotine to a minimum. To reduce the effect of hot flashes, if you can, keep your bedroom cool. Try using a fan, sleeping with the window open, or putting socks filled with frozen rice in your bed sheets. Now let's talk about energy. Lack of energy is another common problem during menopause, with 80% of women in the UK feeling fatigued during the process of menopause. This means that if your energy levels are affecting you, you're certainly not alone. It's common for energy levels to decrease during menopause. This can just be because of the sleep problems associated with menopause, which we have just discussed, but it can also be caused by our hormones, which affect how tired we feel and our energy levels. For example, lack of estrogen can make us feel fatigued, and fluctuations in progesterone can change when we feel tired. If progesterone is higher during the day, we will feel tireder during the day. When estrogen is at its lowest, feelings of fatigue are most likely. There are several things we can do to increase our energy levels. For example, a lack of vitamins and minerals can make us feel tired because these are used on an individual cellular level to support the function of cells. If the cells are not functioning correctly, the body cannot function correctly, and you will feel tired. Therefore, ensuring that you get all of your vitamins and minerals, especially vitamins D and B, iron, magnesium, taurine, electrolytes, and omega-3, which are all especially important in energy production. This can be taken through supplements or through increasing them in the diet. For example, vitamin D is high in fish and eggs. Eggs are also high in omega-3. Foods such as red meat and spinach are high in iron, but spinach also contains a lot of magnesium, as do almonds. Green vegetables contain a lot of electrolytes, as do some fruits such as strawberries, watermelons, oranges, and bananas. And meat, fish, and dairy all contain high amounts of taurine. Keeping your blood sugar levels stable can also be helpful. High blood sugar causes spikes in energy, which last for very short amounts of time and are followed by low energy. Because when blood sugar is high, a large amount of insulin is released to counteract the high amount of sugar in the bloodstream. Cortisol, the stress hormone, is also released at the same time as insulin. This is a problem because cortisol and progesterone require the same receptors inside the body, so they end up competing for the receptors. Unfortunately, cortisol always wins, and this causes a decrease in the already depleted progesterone, which causes estrogen dominance and worsens the symptoms of menopause, including fatigue. Here is a list of helpful references that we used to put together this episode. We recommend reading them if you are interested. We also recommend looking at other sources too, because we would like to remind you that this episode is for educational purposes only and is not a medical opinion. You should see a doctor if these suggestions do not help. Thank you for listening, and I hope you'll join me next time to learn about pain and mobility during menopause.